tell you that Asin Seba, for the first time, is green for the NDC. We've never won secondary constituency when competitive parliamentary elections started in Ghana. Today, secondary has become green. We have never won Kwesi. Today, that constituency also is green for the NDC. We have never won Esikado. Today, Esikado Ketan is green for the NDC. We've never won Takwam Swayam in the Western region. Today, Takwam Swayam has become green for the NDC. We have never won Sunyani East. That's J.H. Mensah's original seat. Today, J.H. Mensah will be looking down and know that the green revolution, the green tsunami has truly swept even that seat that belonged to him. We have never won Sunyani West constituency. Sunyani West constituency is in bag today and is green. We have never won Doma East. We've never won Doma Central. Those two constituencies are in the bag as well and are green. We have never won in the Asutifis North constituency has never been won. Today, we are proud to announce that that great constituency has become green as well. In the Eastern region, we've never won in Sawam Edweji. Today, that constituency is green for the NDC. But that's the chief whip constituency. So the green revolution, the green wave has swept and swept. Even the chief whip of the NPP has been swept. The chief whip has been truly whipped by the green wave. We've never won Ekwapin South. Today, Ekwapin South belongs to the green corner. We've never won Lower West Akim. Today, Lower West Akim is green. In Ashanti region, we've never won Adansi Asokwa, the constituency of KT Hammer, yet confirmed to be with us. Only one is not yet confirmed to be with us. So we've actually got the remaining 10 of them in Bono East. In the Ashanti region, in the last election, we had 4 of them. We can confirm that as of today, we've got at least 8 of them in the back. 8 of them in the back. And issues were happening. We want to thank the party chairman who addressed you earlier today regarding the calls that have been made by the Peace Council. We want to say that some of the things that have happened, for example, as I mentioned earlier, the fact that 2 people have lost their life in this election. And those 2 happen to be people who belong again to the NDC. The same way happened in 2020. We want to say these are unfortunate things. We should not have, we should progress beyond this situation. And that has been the situation. Anytime NDC has been in power, we've never had a situation like that. Even General Rawlings, who was a military leader, not one person ever was killed in any election, national general election in our country. So it's really unfortunate that we have a president who actually was a former attorney general, a lawyer who prides himself to be a human rights advocate, and under his watch, both in 2020 and in 2024, we would have precious blood spilled simply because of the desperation to hang on to power at all costs. We also want to say that some of the things that we've heard where supported the NDC have had to sometimes mass up in collation centers because of the real situation that happened both in 2020 and beginning of 2024. When you've heard, for example, military people who were literally in various communities trying hard to intimidate our people, situations where, because of the history of what has happened, they are in complete anxiety. Not that anything at all can happen, because in 2020, that's exactly what happened. Seats that clearly were won by the NDC before we realized all kinds of criminal things happened and results were changed. And from a position of about 145 seats that we clearly had won in 2020, it whistled all the way down to 1-7. So naturally, with that kind of history, you appreciate why a lot of our supporters this time around will be far, far more vigilant, would want to ensure that such a thing does not repeat itself. And we can give you that promise, and I'm sure President Mahama will be reiterating it tomorrow, that under our watch, there will be no need for one person to even what you call lose his life just because of desperation to hang on to power. So this very unfortunate thing, we hope to God that now the Nana Akufo-Addo has finally reached the sunset of what I can only describe as a disgraceful presidency, the most violent presidency in our history, a forgetful presidency. We can put this incident of people dying on election day, on general election day behind us, and be able to move into the future with maturity, with evolution, knowing that the will of the people must be respected at all times. We do not need to kill each other simply because we want to hang on to power at all costs. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. We wanted to give you an update, especially on the situation regarding the parliamentary result, and also let you know some of the seats that are still not completely confirmed, and to let you and to assure you that even though there's such a massive two-third majority clearly that we have won, you can rest assured as a country that it will not be one that will seek to simply do things for its own sake, but one that wants to leave a legacy, one that wants to show that it is possible to fight for the people of Ghana. That is what this business has been about. We want to again thank all of you for ensuring that the power of the people became massive and resonated in this election, so that the whole of Ghana will appreciate once and for all that power ultimately belongs to the people. Thank you very much.
So that's the General Secretary of the now party electorate, Fifi Kwete, telling the world the constituencies that they have snatched, those that they have maintained their seats in those regions, and then also telling the NPP that, well, there are some constituencies you think you have won, but according to our collated results, we have won. The final declaration would have to be made by the Electoral Commission, right?
Yes, and of course, at the constituency. The typical one is Obuasi East. So NDC is claiming it's one of Obuasi East. NPP, per what Justin Frimpong-Kodia told us, they are also claiming that they have won Obuasi East. But the fact that we are even having a conversation about who has won or which party has won a seat in Obuasi in the Ashanti region, I should tell you that this is reflective of how things have played out as far as this election is concerned. Adam, a moment ago, was telling us a post he has seen on social media that had somebody saying that NDC seems to have won seats that they never even knew existed. Because they have to pick themselves and then, oh, did that seat exist? Did we even campaign there?
It's the wind of change.
Yes. So basically that hopefully the EC gets them resolved. I'm told, of course, the NDC now has claimed that it has won the Nsawamadu Ejiri seat, and that is the seat occupied by Frank Anodom-Pre, the majority chief whip. In my engagement with Tetonam Kumashi, a reporter we sent there, says there was an indication from Frank Anodom-Pre that he's headed to the court. Yes, for parliamentary elections, whenever there's a dispute, you go to the High Court, right? And hope and pray that the case is resolved in time. Especially when your party is leaving power.
It's not the sort of thing you want to have at this point. It
actually happened in Iowa West Wogo. The case went to the High Court. Natalie and Lily, guess what? When the case was completely dealt with, the tenure of that parliament had expired. So the victor, the one who was eventually pronounced as the MP elect for that constituency, never got to occupy the seat in parliament because the tenure of that parliament had expired. And this is a real life story that happened in Iowa West Wogo. And so, court today you go. But when you get justice,
I found it interesting when Fifi Kwete mentioned 2/3 majority in parliament.
Yes.
But he said, which I think is critical, that it's not going to be abused, right? The focus is going to be on legacy. What's your take on that?
Well, and we've had that conversation where before Fifi Kwete even mentioned that it looks like the NDC has 2/3 majority in parliament. We had decoded that.
That will be
And then we had mentioned that if the government decides not to abuse it, it will actually inure to the benefit of the country. It's good that it's giving assurance that
it is.
The NDC, even though it has an overwhelming majority, a majority, in fact, that's closer to the first parliament of the Fourth Republic. And let me explain. The first parliament of the Fourth Republic was occupied by only NDC MPs because the MPP boycotted it over claims that the presidential elections were rigged. And like Fifi Kwete mentioned, at that point in time, we had a structure that says, let's organize the presidential elections first and know who our president is. Then subsequently, we'll organize the parliamentary elections. I don't know why we thought about it that way. Well, it defies everything that's sensible. Because once you know who the president is, if you want development, you have to vote for the president's party's parliamentary candidate. And after we realized the damage that we had done with that arrangement, we decided to say that, okay, now let's hold the presidential and parliamentary elections together concurrently. Unfortunately, the delay in declaring the parliamentary result is what has resulted in what we are seeing with EC officials being shot, with some collation centers being vandalized, others being touched. That's the lesson we have learned today, that moving forward, let's collate the results, especially the parliamentary results, with alacrity. Once it's done and the pink sheets are secured, you are home and dry. If you delay, that's when the politicians will pile up pressure on you, the EC officials, to do their burden, and then we have what we have on our hands. Yes. So yes, indeed, NDC has overwhelming majority. Will have smooth sailing. We won't have issues about loan agreement and what the minority is saying is bad and that they are not going to pass it. It doesn't mean that the NDC government should also send bad loan agreements to Parliament, right? That's the point. Now we don't have any teeth there to bite the government relative to agreement, contract, and what have you. But like Chief Equity said, we, the journalists, will equally flag those bad loan agreements if they show up in Parliament. We will do that, right? And as we keep on flagging, we are informing the population to take a decision on the administration come the next 4 years, right? So the NDC has a blank check, no two ways about that. In fact, we've just handed the NDC a blank check. We've signed our signatures, and they have been asked to put in place the figures. So they will determine how much they withdraw. But then again, after 4 years, they will have to return to us to render account. So basically that's it.
But just by way of information for our viewers and our listeners on Stars of 3.5 FM, 2 more regions have coming to the National Collation Center. That's the Upper West and the Bono East. So far, I have 4: the Central, the Western North, OT, Eastern region, and now there's the Upper West and then the Bono East region. But the certified results is Central, Western North, and the OT regions. So far we have 7 regions coming in, and then for those regions we have 3 out of them.
So we told half was been certified.
Okay, so now we have 4. So I have for Central, Western North, and OT have been certified. We have Eastern region, then we have Upper West, and then the Bono East regions. So 3 more to be certified. We're in for a very, very long haul. But it appears the current regions we have are rather coming in faster than we anticipated.
It must be. I mean, if it's 7 now, I think it should.
We have 9 more to go.
Yes, exactly. We have 9 more to go.
Gradually, and I hope that by all the results in, then the EC will have its time to collate everything and then finally declare.